My name is Young Lei. I am an attorney for about 11 years. I have met with Lin Lei in a therapeutic setting because I had a very dark chapter in my life with a series of events that led me to be very anxious, depressed. I was struggling a lot. I couldn't get out of bed. It was very hard for me to have any energy to go through my days. Because of that, I had to take some time away from work. I thought that taking time away from work would help me, but even after having been off of work for a couple of months, a very dark fog and listless, lack of energy, and a lot of anxiety and unease with myself to the point where my doctors wanted to prescribe me antipsychotic medication because I wasn't getting any better. And they wanted me to take antidepressants. They diagnosed me with depression, with post traumatic stress disorder, and they believed that I should have been medicated because of my symptoms and how long it was taking for me to get better. I wasn't getting better. At that time, work was very difficult. It was very stressful. Essentially, I felt my whole world tumbling down. So it was my mom passing, my dad having recently passed away, my work being very, very stressful as a public defender, as a lawyer who had a very high caseload, was representing a lot of clients. Also, having two very young children at the time, they were 3 years old and 2 years old, just being unable to handle all of the stresses of life. I felt my world kind of closing in. Through the work with you, I have been able to access feelings and emotions that I had kept buried for a very long time, possibly my whole life. We addressed some core traumas that I was not even aware of. I think your work with the subconscious level, the superconscious level, integrating all of the various consciousness was really important for me because I needed to get out of my head, because I needed to address my whole self beyond just what was up here. We were addressing what was up in here, what was in my body, and there was so much pain that was trapped in there that I didn't know how to access it. I didn't even know it was pain that was trapped in my body. Before this work, I felt very unworthy and I felt very unlovable and unwanted. I think through this work, I recognized my self-worth. I recognized my power. I also worked on having boundaries for myself. And I think those are really important skills and insights to myself. My confidence comes from knowing who I am and feeling at peace with myself. And I think that was like a really big change in me that I'm very happy about and proud of. I can't explain to you rationally. I mean, it changed my life, right? You can see it in how I am present with people now. In my line of work, having that confidence where I'm not afraid of people judging me and criticizing me is very freeing. I absolutely recommend Lin Lei to do some very deep work with you. It's not conventional, so you won't have a typical experience of if you were expecting therapy from a Western concept. It would not be typical. She opens you up in a way that you would not be able to do for yourself. The kind of deep work that you should invest in yourself to work with her to deal with things that might be holding you back in your life and preventing you from doing what you want to do and being the best you can be.